You always have two options in life. Option number one is to keep going. Option number two is to give up. And humans are the only beings that know how to give up. Nature never gives up, okay? Nature doesn't make excuses. Nature doesn't fucking think. Nature just acts. Nature just feels. And nature makes the best of everything. And you have that same option. You can either, in your head, convince yourself that it's impossible, that you can't do it, that you should just give up and be a victim, or you can keep going. And you can always keep going. You can always make the best out of any situation, no matter how shitty it gets. You can always do your best. And sometimes your best isn't good enough. Sometimes you fight to the last and then you die anyway. But you can always do your best. And there is no reason not to do your best. Some people think that they have a dream and they think it's going to be impossible, okay? Let's say you want to become a musician and you just think that there are too many musicians in today's world and it's going to be too much work and, you don't have what it takes, you don't have the talent, and it's not going to happen. That limiting belief is going to be the reason that you don't try in the first place and that you don't make it. If you give up, then of course you won't make it. If you believe it's impossible, that thought is going to hold you back and it's going to be the reason that it's impossible. God knows the future. God knows what is possible. God knows what your limit is because He created you. But you don't fucking know. It's not your responsibility to say what is possible and not possible because you are a human. You can't know what is possible. It is so arrogant and egotistical to think that you know what is possible. When you set a limit on yourself, when you tell yourself that there's something that you can't do, I want you to realize how arrogant that is. That you think you know what the limit is to this God-given body, okay? This is not, you didn't decide this, you didn't create this, okay? God gave you this body and this mind and this spirit. You didn't create it, so you don't know the details, you don't know the limitations. To think that you know the limits of your life is arrogance, it's hubris. It's not your responsibility and it's not your area of expertise. So you need to let go of what you think is possible and just do your best. Because if you don't do your best, then of course you will never know what your limit is. The only way to reach your limit is to not think about what your limit is and then just try your best. Okay? And that's what all of nature does. A tree doesn't wonder how tall it can grow. It just keeps going and keeps going. And one day it dies and then that's it. And then it tried its best, okay? A wolf doesn't know how long it's gonna live. It just keeps going and it just tries its best. It lives to its fullest. An apple tree doesn't know how many apples it's gonna grow and how many animals it's gonna feed and how many seeds it's gonna spread. It just does its best. Because nature is humble. Nature knows that it can't know. Nature knows that all that is to do is your best. Whenever you say something is impossible, whenever you say that there's something you can't do, you are pretending to know. But you can't know, okay? You believe, actually. You believe that you can't do it. And we believe when we don't know, okay? And when you believe, then you are being silly. Whatever happens in life, you can either overthink it and give up, or you can just keep going, okay? Instead of thinking, start living, start doing. Whenever there is something that seems impossible or seems like you won't get through it, just trust yourself and trust God and keep going anyway. Whenever there's something that's not possible for you, it's because you need to grow, okay? When you reach your limits, you just grow and you get a new limit. Whenever you give up, whenever you tell yourself that you're a victim, whenever you convince yourself that you are a victim, that something bad happened to you, then it's all mental, okay? So many people are stuck in this mental game, and now they think something isn't possible. Now they think that they are unworthy of something. Now they think that there is something that they can't get and something that they can't be because of something that happened to them, because of memories that keep repeating, okay? If someone hurt you or did something bad to you, then that's something they did, okay? That moment, that experience, that thing they did, doesn't exist anymore. It's in the past, okay? It's nothing but memories. Yet humans hold on to memories. If a wolf has a bad day, then he doesn't care. He just does his best anyway. And the next day he wakes up and he's forgotten about it. If a tree loses a branch, if a branch gets cut off, or if the storm takes some of the branches, then he just grows it back. He just does his best. They never give up. They never tell themselves, "Oh no, something bad happened to me. Now I can't keep going." But humans do that, okay? I was bullied as a child, a lot. And that happened when I was from 8 to 15 years of age, okay? When I was 19, I let go. From 15 to 19, I was still being shy. I was still not living to my fullest. I was still feeling hurt. I was still feeling depressed by something that happened 4 years ago. You need to let it go. And you need to forgive them. Because if you don't, you're just going to continue to suffer. If you are a victim and you are traumatized, suffering from something in the past, then you are suffering your own memory. If you didn't have a brain, you wouldn't suffer. If you didn't have memories, you wouldn't suffer. If you have trauma, and this isn't to disrespect anyone with trauma, but I'm just saying the truth. If you have trauma, if you are suffering the past, then you are literally suffering because you have memory. Because you cannot figure out how to use your memory properly, you suffer. If you didn't have this gift, and memory is a gift, if you didn't have this gift, you wouldn't suffer. If you were a tree without a brain, then you wouldn't suffer. But you have been given a brain, and you gotta figure out how to use it, okay? We usually say that people have a sharp mind, okay? If you don't use your sharp mind properly, you're gonna cut yourself. Your mind is a tool, and a tool can be used for good and for bad, and most people don't know how to use this tool. If you are a victim, then the only person that suffers from you being a victim is you, okay? The only person being held back, the only person not enjoying life is you. If you have trauma, the one who's being hurt is you. The people who bully me don't give a fuck, okay? They probably don't even remember. They don't care. To them it's in the past. They've already forgiven themselves. Or maybe they haven't even needed to do that. Maybe they didn't even feel ashamed in the first place. They do not care. I was 19, suffering something that happened 4 years ago, because I was thinking about it over and over again. The people who did it didn't give a fuck. Everyone around me didn't care. I was the only one still caring. When you are a victim and you are telling yourself and you are giving up on life, when you're telling yourself you have this obstacle, then it's only you who cares. That's just the honest truth. Of course, I'm not telling you to be unemotional. I'm not telling you to not mourn your losses, okay? Mourning is natural. If an animal loses its child or its lover, it will feel grief and it will cry. It will feel sad, okay? But that will never take years. For humans, some of us are stuck, you know. There are some people who are still 50 and still feeling shy, depressed, anxious because they were bullied as children. You had this one thing happen in your life, okay? And it ruined the rest of the life. If something has ruined your childhood, then let it stay in your childhood. Let your childhood be ruined. Don't let something that has ruined your childhood ruin the rest of your life too, okay? The damage has already happened. Don't make that damage, go further. If you keep holding on to the past, then that's like having lost a finger in a fire, and now you're like, oh shit, my finger's burned off. I might as well just stick the whole arm in. When you are traumatized, when you have, bad experiences that you keep replaying in your head, then that's something you're doing to yourself. I need you to understand that. Many people feel entitled to some kind of resolution. They feel that the world has hurt them, so the world should, make it good again. They want people to come and apologize. They want the world to make it right, okay? They feel like they've been hurt and an injustice has happened to them. And now they want whoever did that to come and make it right. And until that comes, they will sit here and they will be mad and not enjoy life and be pissed off until that happens. And for most people, that moment never comes. Most people feel angry at the world. They feel like, maybe capitalism is bad. They feel like the job market sucks. They feel like school has, taken away their childhood. And I used to feel those exact same things too. Until I realized I'm just ruining my own life. If things are bad, why would you make it worse? When you complain, when you are a victim, when you just, when you complain, then what you're doing is you're just continuing the negativity in your head. If it sucks, then let it suck. There is no reason for you to keep going on in your head about how everything sucks, okay? If it's cold, then just let yourself freeze. Don't keep going on in your head about how, oh, it's cold and it's so sad and everything is bad for me. If the economy sucks, which it does right now, and if work sucks, then let it suck. And just do your best and find a way out, okay? When you complain, you never find a solution. When you are a victim, you never heal. Because when you complain, your mind is basically complaining. When you are a victim, you are basically being a victim. When you spend your mental resources complaining and being a victim, then you don't spend those resources looking for a solution. You can't heal and you can't improve unless you forgive and find peace. Okay? I need you to realize that forgiveness is such a strong concept, not because of what it does to other people, but because of what it does to you. When you forgive someone else, then maybe that improves their life too, okay? If they felt shame and they are, guilty of what they did to you, then forgiving them heals them too, okay? But more than anything, it heals you. When you forgive, when you learn to let go, then that's good for you, because now your mind isn't stuck anymore, repeating those old patterns. When you forgive someone who has hurt you, when you let that go, you stop oppressing yourself, okay? You stop your mind from oppressing you. You stop your energy and your emotions from being caught up in this mess. Forgiveness is strength. Forgiveness is so so cool. I don't know how to say it. If someone hurts you and you need to take vengeance and hurt them back, that's petty, okay? It's still better to do something about it than to do nothing at all. But for someone to hurt you and say, it's alright, I don't give a fuck. That's next level. If someone can hurt you and you don't feel pain and you just let it go, then they are beneath you all of a sudden, you see? When you forgive people, you actually step up and you say, it's okay, I don't care, you hurt me, I'm beyond it. I'm not going to let you ruin me any further. I'm not going to let what you did to me hurt me anymore. I'm going to let it go. The people who did hurt you will want you to be a victim. If someone really hates you and they want you to suffer, then they're going to do something bad to you, and they're going to hope that you're just going to keep being a victim. You're going to keep playing small. You're going to keep feeling pain, okay? The people who want you to suffer want you to be a victim, okay? The world, the evil matrix, wants you to complain. They want you to sit in your house and say, oh, no, the world is so bad and I can't do anything about it. When you forgive people, when you learn to let go, then you take back your power. You take back your emotions. When you blame other people, when you complain, when you are a victim, then you give your power to them. And you say, this thing that happened, these people or this system, what they're doing is beyond my control and I can't change it. And I'm going to suffer because of it. Now you've given them power, okay? If you say, I can't be happy because I'm traumatized, then you're giving your memories power. You are saying that your memories are in control, that your memories have you on a goddamn leash, and now you can't be happy. When you let go and when you forgive, then you take your power back. You say, this no longer affects me. This no longer faces me. What has happened, and now I have my power back. Now I'm in the present moment again, and I get to live my life. I get to choose what I want to do. Okay? Right here in this present moment, nothing bad is happening to you. Period. Like, you're watching a video right now, and I'm assuming you're not watching this video while like being, beaten up or told negative things. Right here, right now, nothing bad is happening to you. Right here, right now, nothing bad is happening to you. Period. If you still feel sad because of something that happened in the past, then it's in the past. When you are a victim, when you blame others, when you complain, when you give up, then you lose your power. Period. These four emotions, victimhood, blame, complaining, giving up, all you are doing is giving away your responsibility and your power. You are just making yourself weaker. That's the only thing that's happening, okay? And you can try to rationalize that and justify it to yourself, but all you are doing is you are giving away your power and your sovereignty, your responsibility, your authority, okay? That's all you're doing. And it doesn't matter what happened to you, how bad it was. Of course, still let yourself feel. And I don't want to come off as insensitive, okay? Shit happens in life, and you gotta let yourself feel, of course. And you gotta let yourself mourn and heal. But past a certain point, you need to just let it go, because the only other option is to lose your power. And that's not going to help you at all. The only logical, I don't want to call it logical, the only proper thing to do in life is to give it your best and just keep going. Why would you lay down? Okay? Why would you just stop? Why would you give up? Literally. When you give up, then you take life for granted. When you give up and you just lay down and say, oh no, everything is so bad and I can't, then you are just sacrificing yourself, okay? You are giving your power, energy, and life away. Sometimes life is going to beat you up, okay? But it's better to take a punch while fighting back, while standing up for yourself, than to just lie down and let life hit you. And life is going to hit you. So you might as well be a warrior. You might as well keep going. You might as well fight back, okay? Not fighting back is fucking pathetic, honestly. Like, where is your fighting spirit? Why would you just give up? Why would you let something bad happen to you and then just let that ruin you? There is no point to giving up. There is nothing to gain by giving up. Nothing. It's honestly pathetic. I don't respect people who give up. No matter what happens to you, you always have the option to either give up, which is pointless, or keep going, okay? Heal and forgive and keep going. There is no point to giving up. There is no point to being a victim. There is no point in blaming the world, and there is no point in complaining. Ever. If the world sucks, then don't complain. Go make it better. If someone is being mean to you, then don't complain. Get them out of your life, okay? If someone is, getting at you, punching you, then don't stand there just saying, oh no, this person is so bad. Fight back, okay? Do something. Act. If something bad has happened to you, then don't just sit in your head being a victim, repeating how, oh no, something bad happened. Heal. Take action. When you give up, complain, blame, be a victim, then you are not acting. You're not doing anything. You're literally just sitting here, stuck in your head. You're putting your life on pause. You are blocking yourself. You are stopping your energy. You literally gain nothing. You gain nothing. There is no point to doing any of these things. You do them because you are a human with a brain and you haven't learned to use your brain yet. If you give a knife to a toddler, then they'll end up cutting themselves at some point. They'll get hurt, okay? And being a human with a brain and a mind is a new thing, okay? Most souls aren't used to this. Maybe in your past lives you've just been an animal. Maybe you've been a tree. This is maybe your first time having a head, okay? And it's hard. But you gotta learn how to use it. If you suffer because you blame, complain, are a victim, can't remember the fourth now, but you get the point. If you do these things, it's just because you haven't learned how to use your brain. There is no point to it, and there is no excuse for doing it. There is no reason to doing it. It's just because you haven't learned to use this tool. You're like a baby, and you've been given a hammer, but instead of using this hammer to like build a house and hit some nails, you are just like hitting yourself on the finger. You are being silly. You are using this tool improperly. And I know you can do better. And I know I just gave you the tools to do better. Now you are not ignorant anymore. You have knowledge now. You have wisdom and information. If you don't act on this information, and if you keep doing those four silly things, and you keep suffering, then that's on you now. Okay? From now on, you know better because I just taught you. From now on, if you suffer because of victimhood, complaining, blaming, And I still can't remember the fourth one again. But if you suffer from these things from now on, then it's your fault. Because I just gave you the solution. If you don't use that solution, if you don't apply it, then that's on you. So, please, for your own sake, forgive the world, let go, and just keep going. Because there is no point to giving up. That was the fourth one. There is no point to being a victim. There is no point to giving up. There is no point to complaining and blaming. You gain nothing. You just limit yourself. You just stop yourself from acting. And you gain nothing. Nothing at all. Fight back. Keep going. Change the world for the better. Be the change you want to see. Bless you.